Long ago, in a time of turmoil, the Israelites were ruled by their enemies, the Philistines. An Israelite woman named Manoah and her husband desperately desired a child, but she was unable to conceive. One day, an angel appeared to Manoah and told her she would give birth to a son. This son would be special. He would be a Nazirite, dedicated to God from birth. He would grow to be incredibly strong and would begin to free the Israelites from the Philistines. The angel gave Manoah instructions. Her son was never to cut his hair. This was a sign of his sacred vow. Manoah was amazed. She told her husband, and they prayed for guidance. True to the angel's word, Manoah gave birth to a son. They named him Samson. As Samson grew, it became clear that he possessed incredible strength. He was unlike any man the Israelites had ever seen. The Spirit of the Lord was with him, giving him superhuman power. One day, Samson met a Philistine woman and fell in love with her. He wanted to marry her, even though his parents objected. They knew that the Philistines were their enemies and that this marriage could lead to trouble. However, Samson was determined to marry her. At the wedding feast, Samson posed a riddle to the Philistine guests. If they could solve it, he would give them gifts. But if they couldn't, they would owe him gifts. The Philistines were tricked into forcing Samson's wife to tell them the answer to the riddle. Samson was furious. He felt betrayed by his wife and her people. In retaliation, he killed 30 Philistines from a nearby town and gave their belongings to the wedding guests. His anger continued to burn. As an act of revenge, Samson devised a cunning plan. He caught 300 foxes and tied burning torches to their tails. He then released the foxes into the Philistines' fields, setting their crops and vineyards ablaze. The Philistines were devastated by the loss of their harvest. Their anger towards Samson grew stronger, and they sought revenge. The Philistines attacked the Israelites in retaliation for Samson's actions. Samson, empowered by God, fought back with incredible might. He found himself facing 1,000 Philistine soldiers. With only the jawbone of a donkey as a weapon, Samson fought bravely and defeated them all. After this miraculous victory, Samson was overcome with thirst. He cried out to God for help. God answered his prayer by making water flow from a nearby rock. This miraculous event further cemented Samson's status as a chosen one in the eyes of the Israelites. On another occasion, Samson went to the Philistine city of Gaza. The Philistines, hearing of his presence, planned to trap him. They closed the city gates, thinking they had him trapped. But they underestimated Samson's strength. He single-handedly tore the gates from their hinges, carrying them away on his shoulders. He left them on a hilltop as a testament to his incredible power. The Philistines were terrified, realizing they had no way to stop him. Samson's strength was tied to a single vulnerability: his hair. Delilah was sent to uncover the secret of his strength. Samson fell deeply in love with her. The Philistine rulers promised Delilah a reward for discovering his power. Delilah pretended to love Samson. She questioned him repeatedly about his strength. Finally, Samson revealed the truth. With Samson asleep, Delilah had his hair shaved off. His strength vanished. The Philistines captured and blinded him. While imprisoned, his hair began to grow back. One day, the Philistines gathered for a grand celebration. They brought Samson out to mock him. Samson prayed for one last act of vengeance. He pushed against the pillars with all his might. The temple collapsed, killing Samson and thousands of Philistines. Samson's final act became a symbol of hope for the Israelites. His story of strength, love, betrayal, and redemption became a legend.